Formula One leaves the summer break and heads over to Zandvoort as well, a beach resort to kick us into the second half of the season. Just 10 races remain then in the 2023 campaign. Max Verstappen has a chance to equal the great Sebastian Vettel and Michael Schumacher with 9 victories in a row here this weekend. Going after a week later with the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, the last of the European races before the flyaways begin with Singapore and Japan. Then it's a sprint race in Qatar back on the calendar and the United States at Austin, Texas. Then it's Mexico, the last sprint race in Sao Paulo before under the lights for our Saturday race at Las Vegas, and the season rounds out on the 26th of November in Abu Dhabi. In the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen leads on 314 points, well clear now of Sergio Perez on 189, who is only 40 points clear. Fernando Alonso in third on 149. Lewis Hamilton is closing him in though, 148. Then it's Charles Leclerc and George Russell level on 99. Carlos Sainz is 92 with Lando Norris on 69, Stroll on 47 and Esteban Ocon on 35. Piastri on the second page has 34 points, followed by Gasly on 22. Albon has 11, Hülkenberg 9, Bottas on 5, Zhou on 4, Tsunoda 3, Magnussen 2. Still no points for Sargent. De Vries no longer in the championship, but Daniel Ricciardo also no points so far. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull lead the way on 503 points. Mercedes on 247. Red Bull double in the Constructors' Championship ahead, a real milestone, winning every race so far this year. Aston Martin has dropped back to third on 196, now just 5 clear. Ferrari on 191. McLaren have 103. Alpine with not finishing the last couple of races on 57. Williams and Haas level on 11. Alfa Romeo on 9 and AlphaTauri only on 3. Let's take a look around this circuit. Zandvoort in the Netherlands, a 2.646 mile circuit, 14 turns, elevation changing up and down, 3 bank corners as well, and one of the best circuits on the calendar to return to Formula One. Get a good launch at the last corner of the banking and hurtle down towards turn number 1 of Tarzan. 8th gear flat out, hit the brakes with around about 70 metres to go. A long sweeping double apex right-hander which tightens towards the pit exit. Turn 2 and 3 fall together as well, and now into the banking. Take a low line, let the car drift up high if you need it. It's not going to compromise too much on your overall lap time. Now coming through the dune section as well, really get the car up to speed as you take several parts of the track flat out. Lift up the brakes ever so slightly, drop down 2 gears down to 6th, full throttle now, drop down 5th gear, flick the car into the right, then back down 5th, 4th, 3rd, flick the car in once again and again back on the power. Turn 9 and 10 now. Hard on the brakes, to the left, double apex again, light the power and then open up the DRS zone as well. Continue with the power down towards the chicane, another heavy braking spot as well. Have to tarmac on the inside line as well to stop gravel coming onto the circuit. It's very tight, twisty, slow, stoppy section. Now it's all about the banking, the last corner here at Zandvoort. Get a good entry into the last corner and then boot it hard. Don't lift up the brakes once, keep the car to a low centre line. More degree there at the last corner there is at turn 1 at Indianapolis. Across the line, and that is a lap of Zandvoort. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Free Practice 2 for the 2023 Dutch Grand Prix here at Zandvoort as well. This morning's session was predictably topped by Max Verstappen. This afternoon should be much of the same, but there's a few more risks. There's some dark clouds overhead. Risk of rain is at 40% as well, so it's still all up to play for. The session's going to start in a few moments' time. Alongside me in the commentary box is Jess and Omi. And Jess, exciting F2 we had about an hour ago, and now hopefully some action in the F1 second practice.
I think we were short in the action in F2. I'm kind of like dying to see some action in FP2 currently, but we get to see what people's race trim is like now. We get to see what they're like in long runs, and we may get to see some glory runs at the beginning of the session, especially since the rain is going to come. So, yeah, should be a good one. Verstappen topping the timings, as you were saying. It's going to be tough for Verstappen to be beaten, but never say never.
I mean, this morning it was very much everyone out there doing soft tyre runs at the end of the session. The only team that didn't, your favourites, Ferrari, really struggling this weekend. 16th as well for Leclerc. This morning Robert Schwartzman was in, he was down 19th, but they never did a lap time on soft tyres. Were they just saving them this afternoon, or are they in trouble?
Well, they could be somewhat in trouble, and I mean, Robert Schwartzman was also complaining, and it's not really good if a driver who's getting to test your car as one of your rookie tests is complaining about the car. So, yeah, definitely some issue down at Ferrari which needs to be sorted, but hopefully it's going to get sorted in this session, and we're still yet to see what their pace is looking like, and we really don't know the rest of the order as well. How do McLaren versus Mercedes stack up? How close are they to Red Bull? Where's Aston Martin? Have they been able to find a bit of a... are they going to be able to return back to their early season form because they kind of fell off? So that's going to be interesting to see as well. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting weekend. Still, there's a lot of question marks, so hopefully we're going to get some of them answered. But if they don't get answered, I wouldn't mind it, because it's going to give us a very interesting qualifying tomorrow going into it unknown.
Absolutely. Let's cross over then to Natalie Pinkham to give us our details of times this weekend.
Hello and welcome back to Zandvoort. Right, these are the timings you need for the rest of the weekend. We've got the F1 show up after second practice session. That's at 4:15. Tomorrow looks like this. Practice 3 is at 10:15 with qualifying at 1:15. And then on Sunday, lights out at 2 with all the build up to the race at 12:30. OK, let's head up then to our commentary team of Bernie Collins, Corinne Chandok and David Croft.
All set to go then, ready for Free Practice 2 here at Zandvoort for the FIA Formula 1 World Championship Heineken Dutch Grand Prix. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, even wherever you're watching us in the world. Welcome along to what is one of the most exciting races we come to. Okay, 2021 wasn't that great, but I tell you what, the atmosphere here is brilliant. Every single member of the Netherlands population is right here this weekend, cheering on one man, Max Verstappen, and he topped the timesheets this morning and has the track record here, 108.558. Well, 14 turns, it doesn't look much from the track map itself, like you can see on your TV screens now, but let me tell you something, undulation, elevation changes are maximums as well. Pirelli have brought their middle range of tyre compounds, hard C1, medium C2, soft C3. We've yet to actually see the C0 tyre at all this year. Rumour is that's not going to turn up for a couple of laps as well. You can already see some flares and some smoke coming in as well from just outside the circuit. A lot of energy already being displayed. Cloudy is the conditions, 90 degrees air temperature, track temperature as well at 32 degrees, here at 19 as I said. 8.65 metre elevation change here, 203.4 mile per hour is the top speed, and alongside me in the commentary box is Jess, and for the start of the session is Omi. Richie should be on his way hopefully soon, just might be a little bit delayed at the moment. But Jess, sea of orange. Even I've got an orange t-shirt ready for Sunday, but this, it's just like no other race. They are always entertained, and the sea of orange, fans like no other. It's true, they go potty for F1 here.
I have to say, I think if we see which one of the best fans, it's got to be the Dutch people around Zandvoort. Just look at the sea of orange that we're seeing. It's incredible. It's really great to see the amount of support for one driver as well, and they do it well. But let's hope there's no silly business for them. But most of them are generally nice people. I like Dutchies in general anyway, so hopefully we'll enjoy a good Dutchies watching the Grand Prix this weekend. Verstappen, by the way, a massive gap in the championship, 314 points to Perez's 189, and I think you were saying earlier, it's a question of when he's going to win the title rather than if, which that it's a bad possibility for me, but Verstappen is deserving of it because he's pretty much been dominant all season.
And Amy, the one thing that we said as well this morning is that Verstappen could easily lead the Constructors' Championship as well. There's just no stopping him. He's just on a roll this year, and now on home soil, predictably, he should be quite up there, ready to go.
Yep, absolutely on home soil. He's done it 2 years in a row so far. He's created such good scenes at Zandvoort for all of the Dutch fans that come to support him year on year, and it is just a remarkable season by him. He's not really making too many mistakes. We only saw one earlier on today. He's getting close. He's not making major mistakes that are costing him anything. So Verstappen just absolutely perfect this season. And yeah, he's definitely going to be winning the championship in the next few races. When is he going to win it? It's all about when, not if. But yeah, hopefully though we are going to get the next few races. Hopefully someone can maybe challenge, and as F1 was saying, Lewis Hamilton maybe with some graphics. Also mentioning Abu Dhabi 2021 in there as well. So yeah, gonna be a very exciting weekend.
We should have called George Morgan in, because it seems to be, if Richie does turn up, it'll be the PSGL crew commentating on this session as well. So we should
Hello.
we should have called George. Green light goes on. We're underway there for practice 2 here at Zandvoort. And Joe is out there on a brand new set of medium compound tyre. Bottas out there on hard tyres. Albon on mediums. Sargent on hard. So they're all taking that opportunity to take it through with some different types of tyres. We should do that. We need George back. He was in pre-season testing for like an hour, but he hasn't come back because he's been so busy. And admittedly, he has been, doing the GT World Series as well, and Alpine Championships.
He's been so busy. I think he's busy this weekend as well, but I don't know what he's doing. But
I know.
He's busy anyway.
We must drag him back, kicking and screaming. Tie him down to the GT Omega chair and just say, "You commentate." Actually, it would be quite funny, actually, thinking about it. Imagine if I was ever ill for a weekend and we got George to take over. That would be amazing.
That would be sick.
I'm going to have to talk to him about that. Go on.
To be fair, he used to do alternative watch-alongs. He used to do alternative commentaries with himself and Jack Canaan. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's no stranger, so...
No.
Well,
and he does it very well, and it got quite a few good viewership on it. So I was watching them.
We must...
I think it was during 2020.
2020. Yeah, 2020 and 21 as well. No, did he do 21? No, I think it was just 2020, yeah.
No, it was just 2020.
I remember watching the Abu Dhabi one, though, 2021.
Yeah.
He did that as well.
Oh, he did do a special one, didn't he, with Jack?
Oh yeah, we did a special one, yeah. That's a good point.
I do would love that as well. But there you go. We're always saying about George, aren't we? It'd be nice to have him in the box. Jack too, actually. Really want to work. I've never worked with Jack. I've always wanted to work with Jack.
Jack's lovely.
He really is a lovely guy as well. And I'll have to get them all in. We've got. Let's have.
And he's an Irishman, and we all like Irishmen.
Looking good in data.
Stroll being said that the car's looking good in data, which is great news because this morning had a power unit failure, had never got any running in, 2 laps maximum was all Stroll got this morning, so he's going to go out there on the medium compound tyre and catch up on the times he has missed. But yes, Jack is a wonderful Irishman as well, and love to get him in the... Well, we just need to really just grab people, like how we all grabbed everybody here. So just go around saying, right, you free, come in the box, and you'll never want to leave. It's
Well,
such a nice
Omi
atmosphere.
found Josh.
Yes, that's true. And then that was in Saudi Arabia as well, wasn't it? So still stayed around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of was
was
wondering
us,
what I
wasn't
was doing, so he was watching it, and then he wanted to be involved as well. And look, here we are. And that's how
Tell you
we
what,
became
though,
closer because of it.
love
What?
every member of the team we've got right now, isn't it? We've got, and do you know, I was worried because Jess and Naomi, you were there yesterday in the group chat. We were saying about we've got no commentators. We are severely down this year. All of a sudden, here comes Nick, here comes Adam, here comes you, Jess, as well with the F2s and everything, and Naomi is going to be in everything. So have no fear. We always have broadcasters.
Omi's like what Josh T used to be.
Yeah, and then Josh T got busy, which is really annoying. Yeah.
Well, he's getting older, so he's doing more things, which I respect that.
I actually need to get the BBC commentary on, so maybe it's time for 2 headset time again.
Have you not
How on
Razzles?
earth are you doing that?
You need an earpiece in, I need one actually in as well. to
I know,
listen to.
Josh, but you know what I've done with all of them?
Actually,
Broken it.
yeah, that's true. I could actually listen to.
You've
the Five
broken
Live.
them.
He has, yeah.
I need to get new ones.
Anyway, we've got some action on the circuit. People setting lap times.
Yeah, on board with Carlos Sainz. He's 11th at the moment. Track noise has really been turned up today, hasn't it? I haven't even done anything. It's just so loud. As Sainz comes through, he goes P6, 1:13.829. Perez is on a fast lap time as he comes up the last corner. Synthol says good morning in the YouTube chat, as he's in America, of course, not at home this weekend for his home race.
Morning.
1:12.750 for Perez going top. Morning, Synthol. And Synthol, by the way...
bye, Omi.
Omi's disconnected. I just want to say to Synthol as well, I hope you're feeling better. He had an accident. He sent me a photo. He's got loads of bruises and a few cuts as well. Fell off a bike in Central Park. So I hope you're doing okay, Synthol, as well.
Aww.
Not too bruised this morning. As we take a look at
Oscar.
Piastri. What's he done?
Through
Whoa,
turn 4.
that's weird snap on that part of the track.
Yeah, it is.
He's done well to hold it. Down on the banking section at turn 3 and 4, as Jess said. It's just snapped uphill. And he hasn't got over those sausage curbs.
Pinfall's watching it on the ESPN 1 and 2.
Yeah, you get the Sky coverage then, but they have ad breaks, so it's not all that great. It's the Sky commentary still.
More ad breaks than us.
Yeah. At the moment. Loads of ad breaks over there on Sky. And the track's got very busy now in the middle sector. You can see on the driver tracker, it's just a massive contusion of cars. Russell, Magnussen, Gasly, Zhou, Bottas, Norris, Sainz, Ocon, Hulkenberg. Then it's Verstappen ahead of Perez now on the lap time. Perez is backed off. Leclerc, Piastri, Sargent, Tsunoda, Ricciardo all in a tow together. Hamilton's on his own in the middle part of the track, but there is just so much traffic as Verstappen in that first sector looking good. Zhou's gone 11th and Verstappen's backed out of it. So everyone's going crazy. No ad breaks. Not during quali in the race, right?
I don't know.
I think they've got like side-by-side ad breaks over at ESPN, so I'm not too sure during quali in the race. Let's take a look.
What's happened to Verstappen?
This is the traffic he's going to complain about on the radio, isn't he, into the last corner? I'm expecting a radio. There's a Haas in front of him. Whoops.
That's Haas. That is Magnussen.
Yeah, it is.
My God. Unbelievable. He was obviously looking.
So, yeah, that was Magnussen just ahead of him. Perez at 1:12.750. Stroll second. Russell. Ricciardo third. Ricciardo second fastest. Correction on my side
Hang
of
on.
things. Now Stroll.
Now Stroll's gone second. That's why. It's
Yeah.
just, F1 TV for me is a bit ahead than the
Same
world
with-
feed that we're seeing at the moment.
Same with me, actually, as well. It's a few seconds back. Hamilton's gone top at 1:12. And
Sorry.
he's on mediums. So this is a very crazy start to the session. They're expecting rain then later on, aren't they? Russell goes third. Turn 13 is
Oh, it's
involving...
Hulkenberg.
Yeah, Verstappen and Hulkenberg has been noted. Excuse me, noted for impeding.
So it wasn't Magnussen. I thought
No.
it was Magnussen. Sorry, Magnussen fans.
And Leclerc coming through. Oh, let's go down to the track though. Damon Hill is at turn 7. Oh, Anthony Davidson.
Skyflock, Crofty, yeah, down here at turn
Thank you
7.
very much.
Skyflock is an incredible corner. Standing here, as the cars come down, dip over the crest of turn 6 before it, 150-mile-an-hour minimum speed, and you can really feel that as you stand here. The ground vibrates as the cars come past at full speed as Lewis Hamilton just goes past on a cool-down lap. But if Lee, you just pan the camera to the right, you see the resin marks left on the circuit where the cars actually touch the ground momentarily. And it goes one of the Haas's passes flying through. It takes your breath away how quick they come at you when they're at full speed. There goes Lando Norris. He's on a cool-down lap as well. There's one of the prizes. That's Carlos Sainz. Just comes racing through. I mean, you blink and you miss it at this apex here. You can also see the cranes up above. These huge cranes leaning over the whole length of the circuit. As if you get a stricken car on the gravel, there's a huge gravel trap here to my left-hand side as it goes up the hill. And these cranes have an incredible reach to pick up the cars and to bring them back to safety. But yeah, wow, what a place to stand. Just trying to get my eye in really as to which car looks better or worse. I mean, it really depends on who's attacking it. I hear some drivers taking 6th gear, that was 7th gear for the Williams that came past, and his teammate Albon cruised past on another cool-down lap. But yeah, like I say, you blink and you miss the cars coming by here. In the car itself, they're pulling incredible G-force. I think you mentioned that already, Crofty, around 4.5 to 5 G of lateral going through the left-hand side of your body, pulling the driver's necks to the left-hand side of the cockpit. It's a fight to keep your vision through this kind of corner. Back to you, Crofty.
Thank you very much, Anthony. Down there on the circuit. And Verstappen has gone fastest with a 1:12.449. So Verstappen back up to top honours here in the Dutch Grand Prix. Perez is second, a 10th.5 down in P2. Hamilton and Russell. And then Piastri rounds out the top 5. This is absolutely crazy. Let's go over to the YouTube chat. I'm hopefully having the Twitch chat up as well in a second as we see a replay coming through. This is of Verstappen on super slow-mo. Let's have a look. Hey guys, did you saw the latest news about Joe and his seat Alfa Romeo? I did not.
I was about to talk about that.
Yellow flag, Sector 5 and Sector 4, double yellows as well. So who's down? It's Oscar Piastri and it's a red flag. Piastri's crashed at turn 4. Has he hit? Oh, he's hit the wall, gone straight on. That's it. Well, we saw it twitched a few moments ago. I think it's down. It's a 2-car crash. We've got an AlphaTauri in the wall as well. And I can't tell. I think it's.
That was. Why is it not refreshing? The thingy?
It's Ricciardo.
Yeah, it's Ricciardo because Tsunoda is near Verstappen at the moment on track.
So Danny
So
Ricciardo
Australians.
has hit the wall, as has Oscar Piastri. It is Danny Ricciardo. And that's.
Australians.
Yeah,
Oh.
yes, that is true.
Typical.
Now, how's that happened? Is that 2 separate incidents?
I don't know. It'll be good to look at the replay.
Or
I will
maybe-
hold it.
Or maybe one tagged on the inside.
Right.
Is the car possible to come back?
No.
No. Sorry.
It's like in a very odd position, actually. Very odd.
Maybe they make contact?
Yeah, I think. Well, hang on. Look at Piastri's wheel. It's damaged. I can't believe this. My friend just texted me as well saying that they're
And
watching the pub.
and there's a lot of debris as well. That's going to take a while to clear up.
Right, I think I know what's happened here. I think Ricciardo's trying to go out. Let's have a look at it. Ricciardo's gone on the outside and Piastri's twitched mid-corner. Let's take a look. So Piastri's gone in first. He's hit the wall, twitched mid-corner. And then is Ricciardo going to do exactly the same thing? How's Ricciardo crashed? So here's Piastri.
Yeah, we want to find out Ricciardo's.
Right, Piastri's hit the bump coming over onto the crossover section during on the oval section. So he's hit the bump and he's hit him
Maybe
into the wall.
did-
Oh, Ricciardo's just gone
it's a
straight in.
separate incident.
Ricciardo's just gone straight into the wall. Now, did he react to seeing it, or has he snatched a brake? No.
No. He was completely out of the way as well.
Sorry, I didn't see the McLaren.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he didn't see in the McLaren. Okay.
So Piastri's turned in to turn 3, lost the rear, and it spat him into the wall. Ricciardo turns in, doesn't see Piastri on the high line, brakes, locks up, and hits the wall.
Typical that it's both drivers are either in McLaren now or have been in McLaren before.
I was just about to take a photo of that, but yeah. So
Someone's
Piastri.
going to do a meme of that.
I'm just having a look at Ricciardo now. So he's turning into 3. Yeah, he was going to hit the side of Piastri. The way he was going, he's going to hit the side of Piastri. So he locked up and deliberately crashed. That should have been an instant red flag when Piastri went off, and it was literally. Well, yellow.
I thought that was the cause of the red flag.
Yeah. Well, Piastri hit the wall at 09:47, and then Ricciardo hit the wall at 09:51. So it wasn't that long to actually throw the red flag out. So it was just a comedy of errors there as the red flags come out.
Yeah. That gives us a chance to talk about what someone brought in the chat, but I did raise it during F2, but I wanted to say it.
Yes, go on.
It was, according to Julien Febvre, which is a famous French journalist, so Joe Guanyu apparently colluded Alfa Romeo for 2024, according to Julien Febvre. A lack of budget from Joe could be significant. Thibaut Pourchaire is seen as a possible option. What do you guys think?
Writing on the wall for Zhou and Bottas, really. They neither.
That is
neither.
a shame for Joe, to be honest, because he's doing really well.
It is a shame.
Yeah,
but
he's not doing.
go on. I mean.
Yeah, and also Bottas isn't really doing any better, is he? I think Joe's doing incredible.
Joe's doing better than Bottas.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's just a bit crazy, to be honest. I'd say I would have loved Joe and Pourchaire because Bottas is kind of under-delivering, I have to say so.
Yeah.
Well, Piastri's got
But
back
Pourchaire
through.
does deserve his chance as well. At the same time.
He's leading the championship in F2.
Yep.
I'm going to say this. Audi. Oops. Where have you all gone? Are you all there? Can you hear me? Okay, we've lost Jess and Naomi. That's a worry.
Josh.
Can you hear me? Hello? Am I there?
I think he's... Oh, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello? Yes, I'm here. Hello.
No,
Are you back on TV pictures? You're just buffering in. We've had something failed on the
Yes.
monitor.
Hi. Hi. Yes.
yeah.
Okay. So
Hi.
hello. Something failed there. On what I was talking about. Can you hear me at least?
Your internet's a bit
Yeah, something's failed.
laggy.
Something's failed on the power line. So that's all great. So give us just a second and we'll sync back
Amy?
up.
Somewhat. Maybe.
Okay, give us just a second and we'll sync back up. Red flag is out here as well with 45 minutes to go. We're just seeing a replay from Daniel Ricciardo's point of view once again as his car waits to be recovered on the track. He turns in to turn 3, locks up and goes straight on. So it was a nasty part of the track to actually have an accident to go into as Discord has crashed my computer. So apologies for losses of the commentary from our two pundits. We'll hopefully have that back up and running in a second, but the entire computer's sort of, well, fried. So we'll wait until Sky comes back on. And they're having a bit of trouble with Ricciardo's car because it's caused a bit more damage actually on the circuit. So it's not exactly all great going on there on the circuit right now. Aston Martin versus Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship also looking a bit strong. Fingers crossed we're going to have our monitor back now, and we do. So we're going to have our commentators rejoin the team as the internet has now stabilised after it just dropped on us for some unknown reason. Verstappen top, Perez, Hamilton, Russell, Piastri, Stroll, Ricciardo, Gasly in there too, as we're back now with Jess and Omi. Sorry about that, you two. I have no idea what happened there. The computer crashed when I switched over things. But we will continue with our discussion about Zhou Guanyu and Thibaut Pourchaire. So, Omi, I believe you were talking. I'll throw back to you.
No, I'm just finishing, so I guess let's bring the next point about Joe and Bottas. Not Bottas, Pourchaire.
Okay, Pourchaire, Audi want him. They want him for 2026, and they want him to be alongside another driver who isn't in Formula One at the moment, and that being Mick Schumacher. But I do not see Bottas being long in Formula One. He's not the long-term goal. Audi
No.
want fresh talent.
And also
Definitely.
losing Pourchaire would be big for them as well. Because remember, this is their own driver, their own academy, so they can't really lose him. So they gotta give him the opportunity, or someone else could snap him up.
Sean
Exactly.
did raise a good point in the Twitch chat. He's saying, isn't Djokovic also one of the other contenders for the seat?
I think so, but Aston have got an eye on him alongside
Yeah.
Fernando because they want to drop Stroll. Weirdly enough, they actually do want to drop Stroll. We're back with Sky.
I think Stroll wants to retire anyway. He wants to do golf or
Tennis.
something.
he does, doesn't he?
No,
as well?
tennis? I thought it was golf.
Let's go back to the pits.
The end.
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, so I think that's the order anyway, isn't it? As we're just getting back in sync with our TV pictures. Hello, everybody. We're back now. Finally. I do not believe Zhou Guanyu will be in Formula One for long, and I don't even think we're going to see Valtteri Bottas in there for long as well. Hello to Brad, who says, hi Josh, long time no see, hello. All right, Fossil says, a bit of an Aussie's love on track. Looks like Danny Rick avoided Paul Piastri. Simple says, if Ricciardo took the low line with that speed, he would have spun as well. I feel like Ricciardo no way of avoiding that crash. He didn't, absolutely zero way. So he had to crash in order to protect hitting the side of Piastri. But Jess, who do you think is most deserving of an F1 seat? Both at Sauber, as it will be next year, now Alfa Romeo Sauber next year, and also in Formula One in general from the past.
I would like to see Mick again, but I think as long as he's... Oh, I think we got Damon Hill in the pits.
Oh, Damon!
To be here. What is the first thing that struck me, of course, it's a very busy place. You've got more film crews than I ever expected to see. I thought there was just the Sky film crew down here with Ted normally, but there's hundreds of them. And then there's mechanics moving about as one just walks right past me. You have to watch yourself. You have to keep out of the way of things. I was earlier up at Red Bull, and they never miss an opportunity. The moment that there was an incident, in comes Max, and they did a quick pit stop practice as well. So they don't waste any time at all. Now they're all back in their garages, raring to go. Of course, the one that isn't in the garage is Oscars, who's just here looking at the screens with his engineer and probably trying to work out where it all went wrong. He doesn't look extremely upset, and as we've come to expect, he's a very level-headed young man, and I think that he'll want to know what happened, what he did wrong, and try and think. Well, he's not going to get his car back for this session, so it's going to be tomorrow for him. Well, what else can we say? There's a strongish wind coming across from the northwest, but the grandstands keep you protected a little bit here. But of course, the grandstands go all the way up to Arie Luijendijk corner at the other end, and it's almost like Indianapolis here. It's just so many people. It's incredible. But I'm enjoying this experience. I wish there was a bit more action. Back to you in the commentary box, and hopefully you can describe whatever I can't see from up there.
You can feel the beat, Damon. That's all you need for the moment. I tell you what, stay down there, and if you can catch Oscar's attention, try and have a chat with him. And you know, one champ to maybe a future champ. We'll have that conversation.
That'll be
Someone's
good.
having a good time out there.
I'd like that. I'd really like to see that, actually. Looking good. So, 39 minutes to go in this session. Red flag is still out there. We'll come back up to the box. Anyway, do continue, Jess, with your point if you'd like to see an F1.
To be honest, I don't know. Obviously, Mick. I'm just trying to think of F2 drivers. I really want to see Djokovic get a chance in F1. I mean, he almost had the chance of Bahrain like this year, but that never happened. So I think Djokovic should have a chance, full chair. I think many of those two, because they've been pretty much robbed in F1 seats in the past where they really should have got one. So, yeah, that's my pick.
FIA stewards, turn 13 incident involving cars 1 Verstappen and 27 Hulkenberg will be investigated after the session for impeding.
That was the second time they said that.
Yeah.
Because they said that earlier.
Let's, just,
Remember when Verstappen had that traffic and in the penultimate corner he saw Hulkenberg?
Yes.
That was what they were talking about.
Very interesting situation going on there. Session will resume at 16:23 as we just get the controller sorted up here in the box so that you can see those race control messages in full. Track is clear and DRS has been enabled.
Woo!
So we can take away the red flag then and get ready for a green light in 50 seconds to come through. Let's have a look at Verstappen and Perez's track dominance. Again, where Verstappen was quick this morning, he is quick again, and when Alonso was quick this morning, Perez is quick now. So it's exactly the same as this morning. So Verstappen doesn't like turns 1, 9 and 10, and the Audi S chicane. Interesting.
Oh my God, that was almost an unsafe release.
That's Tsunoda coming out, isn't it, in path right behind the two Red Bulls. I think we've got a Ferrari at the front of the pit lane, as far as I can tell. So we're getting ready for the green light to come on with 37 minutes to go in this session. It's Verstappen fastest, 1:12.449 from Perez. Then it's Hamilton, Russell, Piastri 5th, Stroll, Ricciardo, Gasly, Albon, Norris the top 10. As the green light goes on, and we are underway once again here at Zandvoort. And I wonder who we're going to see next take the fall for an interesting session to come. Ideally, I'd like this to actually just remain a bit calm for a few minutes because we need some decent running in. Otherwise, going into qualifying, it's going to be nuts.
Yeah, well, we like crazy qualifying because then in the race we sleep. So, like, the races don't deliver. It's only qualifying this year that are delivering, so.
I have a feeling I'm going to need a lot more coffee. Let's have a look then. What have we had so far on the monitors? George to Qatar, Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi watch along for the final 3 races of the 2021 F1 season on his channel. It's been a while since we saw him do an F1 commentary live and watch along. Indeed, he was with us in pre-season testing, I think, all of the days. Second.
Are you okay? You okay? I also my hand.
Oh, Ricardo's hurt his hand a little bit.
Oh, what's his hand too?
And now, watch his hands as he crashes. Oh, yeah. Oh, he didn't take his hands off the wheel.
That hurt.
So he's had full force feedback. And this is one of the marshals getting attacked by one of the winches. Yeah, they've put the sandbags behind Piastri's car to make sure it gets away. So that was earlier on under the red flag as well. So, yeah, Ricciardo's had full whiplash on his hand. I wouldn't be surprised if it's got a little bit of a twist to it. I hope Ricciardo's okay, because that could keep him out of racing. So Red Bull haven't got anybody else. Well, they've got Liam Lawson, but no one. That could be interesting. Let's hope Ricciardo's okay.
Yeah, I hope he's okay as well.
I'm just taking a look at it now on the T feed. Turns in. Oh, his hand gets hit along the other side of the cockpit as well. So, yeah, he's hurt his hand in that crash. Signs on that time then. Flying through. 6/10 down as we go visor cam. And Synthol said earlier on, it's quite funny listening to people pronounce the Dutch turn names. Well, I get Marlboro right and Renault right and Tarzan, but the Glurkenbosch...
Yeah, Tarzan's easy.
Yeah, I think it's Glurkenbosch, as if I remember what Synthol taught me last year, if I'm pronouncing it right. Then it's the Rob Schlottermaker, and then I don't know what turn 7 is as well. We need Synthol to give us some voice notes. Synthol, use voice notes in Discord for the turn names so that we can all practice tonight and look good for tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll need it. I'll need it for F2, and then you and Omi need it for F1, Josh.
Indeed.
I need it for everything.
And Porsches, don't forget Porsches.
Oh yeah, and Porsches.
Perez goes fastest, 1:11.946. Albon is looking quick. Hello, Alexander. Flies it into the last corner, looking quite strong to the line. Is he faster?
Committed.
Come on, Alex. Yes, second, 1:11.947. He's 1,000th off of Perez.
He's on softs.
Wow, that Williams has got some serious pace. 1,000th. And Logan Sargent goes fastest.
What?
Yes.
By 12,000ths of a second.
It's only practice. Calm down, Jess.
And look at that. Alonso goes fourth. 1:12.
Stroll.
Wow, Stroll fastest, 1:11.835, a tenth faster
The
than
track's
Sargent.
ramping up. They're on soft runs. Everyone's on soft runs. That's why.
And if that rain is coming in like they think, this could be a good idea of what we could see in qualifying tomorrow as Hamilton makes a mistake coming out of the RDS chicane and Gasly goes fastest.
Gasly.
1:11.766. Here comes Hamilton. Ocon goes into 6th place. Norris is 2.5 tenths up at the moment. Here comes Hamilton across the line here in Netherlands, and he goes fastest by over a tenth and a half. 1:11.638 for Lewis Hamilton. Bottas goes 4th, but here comes Lando Norris out of the last corner. Boots it hard towards the line. Not a long run here, only about 500 metres, and it's a 1:11.330. He's 3 tenths faster than Hamilton. McLaren back into winning form after having a bad, dry Belgian Grand Prix weekend. Tsunoda goes 8th. This is looking strong now. Piastri forced on the sidelines. He's missing this soft tyre data run.
Yeah, it's a shame for him, but I think we're seeing more people that are setting lap times. Russell only in 12th, Magnussen 13th or 14th. But that's a bit of oversteer from Hamilton, looks like.
Yeah, he's got the curves
Yeah.
as well.
Well, there's a bit of yellow coming out of his car.
I must assume it's the plank.
Could be. I wonder if Verstappen's going to go on a glory run now. Yes, he is, as he heads towards the final corner.
Please don't be faster than Norris.
He will. I'm sorry, he will.
Here
He's
co-
Verstappen, for
He's-
goodness sake.
He's starting a lap time now. He's still got one to come through. Ferrari, are you even joining? Leclerc's on mediums. Again, Leclerc's out there on medium tyres. Sainz is on softs, but I don't know what Ferrari are planning this weekend.
Ferrari are just being Ferrari, unfortunately.
Verstappen was very wide through turn 3 as well. I thought he was going to go into part of the barrier again as he gets past one of the Williamses, well, both of them actually. Sargent ahead of Albon. Magnussen's next up with him on the driver tracker, so there's still something left there. Norris is right behind Sainz and Hülkenberg as well as we join Verstappen into Marlborough.
Yeah, we have got, I think, the like of a lot of people on in laps actually as well. Hülkenberg, I think, is about to start another one.
Yeah, look at that.
And Sainz is as well.
Verstappen is 62 thousandths down in the middle sector compared to Norris's time, so it is getting quite strong. Verstappen might just pinch it here at the line as it comes up.
Yeah.
Is he quicker than Lando Norris? Is 1:11.330 across the line out of the way of Hamilton. Verstappen only goes second. 1:11.568. Now that looked like a pretty sweet lap from Verstappen. And Norris is 2.5 tenths ahead of him. So this is good news for McLaren. But we're looking at a replay in turn 3.
I wonder that mistake in turn 4 costed him.
Yeah, you're right. 2-1. There, snapped on oversteer. That carried it, Jess, throughout the entirety of the lap. Wow.
So he would have been pole without that mistake.
Yeah.
We saw one of the F2 cars get caught up in that, and he got front wing damage.
No, who was it? Novalak.
Yeah, well, it was Novalak, yeah, which caused the last red flag, I think.
Hey, it shouldn't really have been a red flag.
No, it shouldn't, but FIA being FIA.
I've just noticed on the TV screens it says, please take your rubbish with you and please do not set off any fireworks.
I noticed that earlier.
Yeah, I was just reading at the bottom of the TV screen at the top. It's both in Dutch and in English, which I find quite funny.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that travel from all across the world, so they have to have it in, like,
Well,
Dutch and English. Cause...
as I've said before, Zandvoort is actually the easiest race to go to for me. It's the cheapest and it's the easiest to get to. From where I am standing right now in the commentary box, it would take me 1 hour, 30 minutes to get to Zandvoort. And I'm in the UK.
Really?
Yeah. It would take longer to get to Silverstone than it would for me to leave the commentary box right now and get to Zandvoort.
But flights.
No, not even flights. That's via boat. Because it would take half an hour.
Albon!
Albon!
Third!
1:11.599. Yeah, it would take me half an hour to get to Hull, and that's where the ferry cross is. And they're every hour. Yeah, ferry crossing every hour. And then it would take me 20 minutes to get from the ferry exit to Zandvoort. So it's all within an hour.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah.
The downside of me living in Plymouth, I'm far away from everything.
That is true, Jess. You've said that before. We were trying to organise the JV Motorsports crew meetup, and you're right nowhere.
Would you like a front flap adjustment?
No, the car is just medium speed. It's weird things. I think weird with maybe the brakes. I don't know. It's really weird.
Max complaining about the brakes as well, about how it's not turning correctly over there. But yeah, I do want to get that Christmas sorted or something over the winter break, where we all meet up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, karting or something or other.
That'll be fun.
Russell's into turn 7. Is it Cybok? Something like that? Skylock or something? I don't know.
Don't ask me.
I don't know either. Crofty was getting it wrong earlier as well.
I don't know any better about these. I always say the turn numbers because I can't pronounce the actual names. I always say the turn numbers at Zandvoort. I know those. So he's past turn 10, heading towards 10, 11 and 12 now.
Oh, that's easy. This is the Audi S chicane. So it's the Audi chicane.
Yeah, this is the Audi S, yeah.
Yeah, so this is easy. But it's the last corner, the Kummenbosch is how it's pronounced. Kumhobocht. So it's the Kummenbosch, the last corner here.
Russell up to the line, and it's going to be P12.
Time, not position. Russell really struggling this weekend as well, but that is a new
he
improvement.
He got a podium last season here.
Oh.
He's been struggling lately, hasn't he, Russell, compared to
Yeah,
Hamilton?
it's a bit of a shame that.
On this date in 1985, three-time world champion Niki Lauda won his last Grand Prix in Formula One here at Zandvoort. And his red cap still in the Mercedes area. And it was on this day in 1985 indeed.
And the paddock.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was talking about it was raining.
that was also the last race in Formula One here at Zandvoort before 2021. Just let you go
exactly.
through.
And then, like, Jos Verstappen campaigned for Zandvoort to be back on the calendar.
Not the first time Jos Verstappen's been to court to protest something.
There's been a lot of rumours happening lately, but obviously I'm not going to go to it too much here because I don't really believe it.
I don't either. It's just quite funny. Mike also says, for the first time ever, your broadcast is lagging our ESPN broadcast. Just a few seconds. Is it? Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Let's go down to the pits.
Do it ×2.
Yeah,
Go on to settings, then playback speed, then ×2.
Damon's in the pits.
Now, after having done their runs, I think here comes Lewis now into the pits. And of course, you can hear the guns now. He's done the practice pit stop. That went very smoothly. And they will wheel him back and have a chat with him. See what he thinks. I'm just looking at the tyres. They look lovely. Yeah, very smooth. No graining on that at all, considering that's the soft. Yeah, I'd be very happy with those if they were my tyres. That's it. They've worked out what you can do on the soft tyre, and they will now put their thinking cap on. How long have we got left? Because I don't actually know, David. Because
25 minutes.
So they've got 25 minutes because they stopped it for a good 10 minutes or so, didn't they? 5, 6. But yeah, you want to say something?
Yeah,
Corinne.
Carlos Sainz has gone off the track, David, down at the turn 11.
Ferrari has gone off,
so
Paul,
we're just
mate.
singing.
Well, what I'll do is I'll keep an eye on what they're doing at Mercedes here and see if there's anything I can spot. And you go and tell everyone else what's happening on the track, because I can't see it.
Okay, outbrakes himself, I think, there. And I think if you brought tyres in looking like that, Patrick Head would have said to you, Damon, you should have been pushing a bit harder. But Karun, take us through this.
Yeah, it just went in a bit too deep, pushing a bit too hard. And couldn't. There's actually an escape row, I think, further up, but he was a bit committed at that point. I should probably give Damon a bit of advice, as he's a pit lane reporter rookie.
Yeah.
That actually, the easiest thing to do is stand at the Mercedes garage, because they've very helpfully got the big screens near the entrance, and you can watch what's happening and find out how many minutes are left in the session as well.
Tricks on.
Yeah, tricks of the trade coming through.
Wait,
as,
so Damon doing it throughout the whole weekend then?
Must be, yeah. This is
23 milliseconds behind.
yeah, he must be doing it as well. Let's pass over to, unless Jess, you want to take us through a lap here with Bottas?
Well, you kind of put me on the spot
Right.
there, but he's past turn 4, and is coming up to a really high-speed right-hander. A lot of commitment coming up for heading towards turn 6 as well. You have to lift a little bit in order to gain much speed. Bottas a bit down on his previous best at the moment. Past turn 7 and 8, an understeery part of the track, moves slightly to the right. A right to left chicane, good agility as well that you need. About 50 metres you break before the corner. Heading towards turn 10, it's kind of like a little kink coming up that does not require too much lifting, so there's the kink right now. Heading towards the DRS straight, break through there, a little twisty section, heading towards the final few corners, and as you exit turn 13, make sure you carry as much speed as possible to avoid losing traction through there. Exit turn 14, and that's a lap around Zandvoort. Not the best lap around Zandvoort, to be fair, but he's improved up into 9th spot.
Your voiceover was great, though, Jess. Thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. I had notes. I actually prepped for this weekend. I'd never prep for your forecast, usually, but I thought I may as well do it because effort.
And you never know when I might throw it down to you randomly. Sorry, I was just replying.
Exactly, like that. You see? That's why you have notes.
I had to reply urgently to a text message as well, and I'm slightly worried now, actually, so I hope they're okay to come through.
Oh, bum.
Yeah, not doing too great, so I hope they're okay. McLaren have scored 86 points in the last 4 races since introducing their car upgrades in Austria, and they really have turned their season around from being 19th and 20th in Bahrain, and Lando Norris having to come in every 5 laps to refuel with water. Yes, water. He's now running constantly on the podiums and P2s, and so is Piastri. But right now, they are polar opposites in the timings. Norris is P1 and Piastri is P19.
Well, Piastri went off and Norris is flying at the moment, so that's good. No, I think McLaren's looking very good as well. Albon at Sonoda.
Yeah.
I know we're reading too much into the times here, but, you know.
Oh, we're all getting excited. Oh.
Everyone is getting excited. Everyone's getting ready to see what's going to happen next. Oh, this is the new F1 Manager game, isn't it? We're just seeing on RTV pictures. Have you got that, Jess?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't had a chance to play it.
I have not got it yet, and I would get it on PS5, but like everything, I can't afford it. So, yeah.
And it's not on sale yet, because it's only been out since... It's been a month, I think, since it's been out.
Yeah, Deluxe Edition out now. To be fair, I would much... I know it sounds awful. I'd much rather have the F1 Manager game than the F1 game, because I'm much more into the management side of things.
Whereas I'm the opposite.
Yeah, you do gaming more, don't you? So you're more driving, physical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't drive. I only get the F1 games to commentate, or I'm more F1 Manager as well.
I used to be. I do drive. I do a lot of racing games as well, and
R-Factor 2.
Yes, that too. Yeah, I've been doing some of that, and I enjoy that aspect of things. But when it comes to normal F1 games, it sort of died out for me in 21. When I stopped driving and started doing the commentary for it, and I don't know.
That's how I met you.
It did, yes. I pestered you after George left, if you remember. I sent you a message saying,
yeah, you did.
Well, you've got to throw in, haven't you? Throw your hat into the ring. Although,
I hate doing that though, because it makes people think that I'm begging, but I'm not.
I know, I hate it too. I hate it too. I loved watching the PSGL stuff, and then I heard that George had left, so I thought, oh right, I'll throw my hat in. And I found you, Jess, and I sent you the message as well. And then, what was it? The next season? No, it was still that season, wasn't it? I got put in with F4. It was, yeah. I think it was that season, wasn't it? Because Andy commentated on the first race, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
It was Andy and Dan, I think.
Yes, it was, yeah. I miss Andy. I enjoyed his commentating.
I do.
Yeah. But he got way too busy, unfortunately, which is disappointing.
He does football comms.
Yes, he does, yeah. And now George is...
So he does some comms, but just not F1.
But the voice who got us through lockdown was Andy. He did the...
Yeah, in Veloce.
Yeah, not the Australian Grand Prix, not the Bahrain Grand Prix.
That was so good.
Yeah.
That was so good.
On such short notice. And then, yeah. And then, of course, we had... who else did it? Jack Nicholls and Jolyon Palmer did a race, didn't they? Commentating on a couple of things. And then it all sort of grew from there.
Then it was the virtual GPs on F1 itself. George Russell winning that championship.
That's the one, yeah. Oh, it was so good. I do miss it.
I do.
I don't miss lockdown,
Yeah, I enjoyed
obviously,
it.
but
I don't miss lockdown either.
I just miss the time that we had in lockdown. That how good it was for esports and everything like that. And
Exactly.
Everyone relaxing.
I think I can't do a full week remotely. I just can't. I
no.
have to do at least one day in the office each week, otherwise I can't cope.
Without racing, I'd go nuts. And I did go nuts.
Exactly. Without racing, I'll go crazy.
I think, well, how much time did we spend? It was like 8 races in 10 weeks when we got back running, wasn't it, for F1 in 2020? And yeah.
Yeah, we were very quick to get going. Like, I think F1 was the first sport that was up and running.
Yeah, and
COVID.
I got insane because it was like I was doing everything. So the second half of 2020 it was like, right, bang, go, everything off in 4 months. Quickest F1 season in history, that.
It was. It started in Austria as well, which never happened.
And never will again, actually. That first European start to the season, I think, since 1961 at the Monaco Grand Prix, if I remember correctly.
I think we were like, I was keen. I took that day off and I was watching practice.
Yeah. Well, we did practice one live, but it was radio back then. So literally, if you go back and watch it, it's because YouTube in those days didn't have a radio feature for podcasts, and it didn't have. We didn't have the ability to do what we do now. It was literally just a black screen with our commentary over it. So that changed.
Oh,
quickly.
Steiner!
Ah, right, here we go.
New front wing, new nose, new rear corner, big updates on the car, but the pace wasn't there on the soft tyre over 1 lap.
Absolutely, and I think what I can say, we did all the test program and we tried some different setup options for Kevin, which had the new front wing, and obviously, as you can see, it didn't work as planned. So we need to go into the data and see what happened there. But you know, some of the we spread out the new paths between the 2 cars, so we really have to get to the end of the session to find out what and what didn't work. So you know, obviously not happy, as you say, with where we are standing pace-wise, but you know, we just need to see what the data says of the 2 parts and go from there tomorrow morning.
Is it fair to say, Gunther, that if you qualified 17th and 18th and your work at the rear of the car meant that you could have a much better race pace and you finished, say, 10th and 11th, you'd be much happier with this weekend than you have when you've got into Q3 and then fallen back to the lower reaches?
Absolutely. So even if you got into Q3, some of the last races, I wasn't excited about that one anymore because I knew what was going on in the race or what will be coming or what I expected, and normally my expectations were fulfilled. So we have to see, as I said, we are now out doing a long run to see what we see there on the data or on the temperatures and go from there.
Yeah, Gunther, just picking up on that point, because you know, at the moment you guys are equal with Williams in the Constructors' Championship. Alfa Romeo just 2 points behind you, so it's pretty tight for that battle. And people at home might be wondering, well, what does it matter whether you're 7th, 8th, 9th? To you guys, it matters a lot financially, doesn't it? So, to the team radio there. How much are you guys focusing on trying to get on top of this long run pace, the tire deck issues for the second half of the year? Because surely finishing 7th has got to be the target at least for you guys, hasn't it?
Absolutely, Karen, and it's a target, but it's not. You just try always to do your best, and obviously 7th is there, and we need to protect it or to fight for it. I mean, in the moment it's a tough battle, but we are still continuing to doing developments this year because we realized we need to do something, otherwise we fall back. Because obviously we started off a lot stronger than we are right in now. So you know, the championship, everybody thinks is already finished. We are just over half of the season and still 10 races to go, so there's still a lot there, and as you say, you need to do your best to come up to stay in 7th.
Gunther, it's Bernie. Just a quick one about this session. So obviously we see a split of tyres across your 2 drivers. Kevin currently on the soft, Nico already onto the hard, I guess. You know, not giving too much away, but Kevin's going to go to the medium next for the long run. Are you just trying to evaluate as fully as you can but all of the race tyres that you have going into the weekend, or what do you think is going to be the preferred tyre out of the end of the session?
I don't know yet what is the preferred tyre out of this session. Could be anything here, and therefore we are trying quite a bit here, and hopefully we find out and make the right decisions. But you know how it is, you just try to get your degradation right, so you also can plan your strategy.
Gunther, thanks ever so much indeed. Great to have you with us. While we were talking to Gunther, this happened to Lance Stroll, and just finding that he couldn't stay on the track, having to take to a bit of gravel. As he came back on, there was Lando Norris going right past him in the McLaren. Every single car, bar Oscar Piastri and Daniel Ricciardo, are out on the track. The McLaren and the AlphaTauri, for obvious reasons, not on the track after their collision with the barriers. So Anthony Davidson has plenty to look at by the side of the track. Where are you, Ant?
I'm down at turn 3, Crofty, and a great vantage point here to see the cars as they arrive into this banked section of the circuit. Here comes Lewis Hamilton, who flies through on his medium tyres, followed by his teammate George Russell. What you're trying to do here from inside the car is get the car tipped into the banking from very high up. So you watch one of the Hasses come through here, as Nico Hulkenberg. And I don't know if you just heard that through the microphone. The Hasses are the only cars actually scraping the floor with the front bib. None of the other cars are doing that. It's just one observation that I was able to spot from standing here live. With the naked eye, it's just so different to what you see on camera. And you can really see how awkwardly some of the cars tip into that banking. As just as I say it, that was Pierre Gasly doing exactly what I was talking about, where if you enter the banking from too low down in the corner, it awkwardly pivots the car. And you can sense that the driver's really struggling to get on power as Carlos Sainz there runs a little bit wide. It's the ideal line really is to put half of your car in the middle of the corner over the white line and over the sponsorship logo on the right-hand side. So, yeah, joining the outside of the circuit as you tip into that banking is critical, not just for the mid-corner balance of your car, but also it rewards you on the exit. And now that they're on their race laps, you can see different drivers experimenting, going a bit higher, going a bit lower. George Russell nicely positioned there that time around. And Alex Albon having a bit of a slip there, just catching the rear of the car. It's a slower lap there for Nico Hulkenberg, just taking it a little bit too easy, almost mid-corner, but it's an absolutely fascinating corner, and one that's so hard to get right, no matter what speed you're going, whether you're on an attack lap on soft tyres or like they're doing right now on the race runs. You really need a car that's good to respond in the turning point, and one that has really good rear stability at medium speed as you get on power. And they're doing that pretty much where we're standing in the corner. And what's quite funny is one thing that's caught my eye as well is that I've got to my right-hand side, you've got the grandstand that overlooks turn 11. Quite a few of the fans, most of the fans deciding to turn their backs on turn 11 to have a view of this particular corner here at turn 3, which pretty much says everything. They paid a lot of money to be in that grandstand to look at turn 11, but they're deciding to look where we're watching instead. Back to you,
Don't blame a man. And I really don't blame him. I spent about 15 minutes on the steps of the media centre because that overlooks turn 3 as well, and it is a fabulous place.
Turn 3 is amazing as well, and if you are ever in Zandvoort, I highly recommend the banking that they've made there down at turn 3. I knew that it was coming, that's why we didn't talk for a few minutes. And also,
Hey, what?
I knew that was coming. Now they're going down to Ant. That's why we didn't talk for a few minutes.
Ah, right, okay.
Because after that, they were going to throw down to Ant, and he's now going to go back
Check
in.
my tweet. P1 with Matt and Tommy. Matt interviews Piastri, interviews Ricciardo, Piastri, Ricciardo in the wall. The P1 curse is real. #DutchGP.
Ooh. So I've just seen another tweet I'm more excited about. I'm sorry, Jess. Breaking news. The BBC have teamed up with Converse shoes to release limited edition Doctor Who inspired trainers. Shoes will be based around the 14th, 13th, 11th and 6th Doctors. Ooh.
Any Doctor Who fans in the house?
Me. And I want 6. I want 6 issues. Ooh, Christmas presents.
What Doctor was David Tennant?
He's 2. He's 10 and 14. Because he's the new Doctor as well.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I'll send you it, Jess, actually.
I'm not a big Doctor Who fan, but my dad is, so I can show it to Dad.
I'll send it to you now, Jess.
Thank you very much. I think everyone must be on long runs now.
I'll put it in the commentators chat because I can't find your personal one on the little index it comes up with, Jess.
At JessGames95, remember they changed the username.
Oh, yes, that's it. Yeah, that's why I can't find you. It's changed over the thing.
Yeah.
I found you now.
Cool.
So Norris from Verstappen, Albon top 3, Hamilton Tsunoda in there 2. I so want this
Gasly.
now. Go on.
I was thinking Gasly was an AlphaTauri, but he's not. He's Alpine.
I keep thinking that. I've done that so many times this year as well. Saying Gasly coming
same.
through. It's not good.
No.
How do you spell buy? Buy, B-U-Y. Here we go. Buy me.
No, yeah, BUYMESOMESHOES.
What? What are you spelling?
Buy me some shoes.
Buy me some shoes.
Joking.
Yes. I mean, I've got some blue Converse on right now in the commentary box. That's my Conbox shoes, and I've got a lovely red pair, but that I save. But I'd love some 6 Doctor ones. That's Bottas.
Bottas.
A little bit of a twitch coming out of Marlborough at turn 9. But yeah, I would love some 6 Doctor shoes. They look cool, Converse.
I would like some sim racing shoes.
I would like some. I'd like a new karting uniform to be fair as well. Gasly spark underneath and a new helmet. I want to design my own helmet. I want a new helmet and I want to design it as well. I'd have it blue and yellow like our logo with some red stripes.
I like it purple and yellow.
Yes, I mean I've seen your helmet on the F1 game. It's quite good.
Yeah, I'm thinking of designing a different livery, but I like the purple and yellow. It's like my colour scheme, so.
I'd love some 6 Doctor shoes. Somebody buy me some 6 Doctor shoes. Because the others are like, they're grey, they're black, and they're like sand colour. But the 6 Doctors are like blue, red, yellow, green. It's like a massive explosion of colour. And that's what you need with shoes. You need
you don't.
You need like some big explosion of colour. I love shoes.
Sean's saying in the Twitch chat, Matt Gallagher just keeps spreading his curse onto the F1 grid, but Ferrari still never escapes with the curse, unfortunately, for him. Ha ha ha.
Ferrari are 11th with Leclerc and 16th for Sainz. The only thing I can say is that we're going to do better in the Twitch ratings this weekend because Matt and Tommy are not doing the watch-alongs. They are trackside in Zandvoort. Let's go down to David in the pits.
So a little bit of spring in their step, I think, down at Williams here. Also, I can see the track, so I'm actually standing and looking at Tarzan, not the famous tree-swinging person
Really?
of the cartoon
Really,
character,
John?
but this corner, and the cars look spectacular. And a moment ago, I saw a couple of cars go side by side, and the sparks almost came over into the pit lane because they do bottom out as they take the unusual line into the corner there. So a bit of excitement down here at the last pit in the pit lane.
Breaking news, Daniel Ricciardo's arm is in a sling, leaving the medical centre.
Oh, bugger.
So, yeah, I've just seen it myself. So this could be I've retweeted it at Joshua Birch 99. But Ricciardo's arm is in a sling, leaving the medical centre.
So he could be in trouble then.
Yeah. Not good. I'm just sending that to someone
I
as
didn't
well.
think it was that bad until what I just heard.
So Danny Ricciardo with a possible broken something.
So it could be similar to what we saw with Lance Stroll, but Lance Stroll broke it on a bike, not a car.
Yeah, and also Lance had some sort of infection, and he had a plaster over his jaw. And from what I can understand from people I've heard from, the rumour is that he's had a tooth infection, and I know what it's like because I've got one that hasn't been operated on yet. But underneath, there's like a cyst, and it just filled up, and it was causing him immense pain. So they've drained it, and that's the infection he's got. So, not nice. And I've had that before, and I've commentated with that toothache before, and it's not nice. And I've got to have a proper big surgery on it, and I started had it. It's been bugging me for 3 years. Every now and then, it just flares up massively. I think you can actually spot it. I think last year in, I don't know when, early on in the season, at one point I had it, and it really hurt. And you could tell, because it sounded like I was drunk. I was slurring my words a lot. Compared to Megan, who was actually drunk during the British Grand Prix a couple of years ago. She had like 3 glasses of red wine in the searing heat, and then came into the commentary box where it was very hot. And then you could just tell that she was out of it completely.
Yeah.
It was hilarious though because she forgot to turn her microphone back on. She was commentating on a replay and we could hear her, but she hadn't turned her microphone back on.
And when did she realise about that?
I think somebody said that her mic wasn't on, and then we realised on the YouTube chat.
Ah, right.
And then she got a headache mysteriously about an hour into the British Grand Prix restart in 2021.
Well, that's because you're drunk. If you drink too much, you get a headache and you get a hangover.
3 glasses of red wine in the searing heat, and then coming into a commentary box, putting on, let's be fair, these headsets get very warm because they're leather ear cups. And they're soundproof as well. They're noise cancelling. So as soon as you put them on, you can't hear anything around you. You can only hear what's coming into them. So they're very, very much noise cancelling.
I have leather head. Well, it's kind of leather, but I don't know.
Well, this is what bugs me. I got my ear cups because we replaced them because we've modified these Audio Technicas because the originals are rubbish. So we modified them. I got mine in 2019. Megan got hers in 2020. Megan's perfectly fine. No damage to them whatsoever. Still got loads of fluff in them. They're fine. Megan says it perfect. Mine are destroyed, flaking, feel awful wearing, and I'm stuck with them.
Yeah, it costs money.
Ah, yes, Synthol, I did. You saw the tweet from Chris Metland. I did. De Vries come back, ? Hope Danny is okay. Well, Liam Lawson is here with Red Bull, but Nick De Vries can also be still called upon if required. He's still the reserve driver.
If I was Red Bull, I would pick De Vries because A, he's had time in the car, and B, it's his home track.
But wouldn't that be a massive middle finger to De Vries? It's like, sorry, we know we sacked you for this guy, but we need you to come back because this guy's broke his arm. It's like, what? Well, that could be the breaking news.
But I think if AlphaTauri need the point, if it need a good result, they can't put Liam Lawson in.
No, complete rookie. And also, Lawson's in the Liam Lawson is here this weekend as the F2. 2 minutes says up like fossils come through. Yeah, 2 minutes to go.
Oh God, impeding.
No car in the gravel in the background. I saw a lot of gravel in the background for a sec.
Russell.
Good.
Russell passes Perez. Yellow flag. Sector 16. Gone green.
Oh, so maybe. Oh, so maybe someone did find the car.
Oh, hey, Ferrari.
Oh,
what a surprise! It is
Carlos
Sainz.
Has he not had enough trips to the gravel today?
Well, did you do it in free practice one as well?
Yeah. He had one earlier on, didn't he?
In this session, yeah. Yeah, he went through the S issue.
Oh, in this session? Oh, right, okay.
By the way, the reason why I was saying really earlier on, because I saw on Twitter that Ralph Boschung might stay next season and do his 8th year in Formula 2.
Really?
8th year?
Wow.
I thought Latifi was worse, but Latifi did like 4 or 5 years.
48 seconds ahead of you. Really? Oh, right, Fossil, I would suggest it might be your internet.
Yeah, I was just saying it's 11 laps on a soft tyre. It should be degrading gradually lap on lap, so I'd be surprised if it's anything suddenly given up on that.
Okay, thank you, Bernie. Checking over the radio. Checker flags out. Session's over. So that concludes the week. Sainz just
Well,
snapped
Boschung
it.
did say. Well, Boschung earlier on did say that earlier on this year said he wouldn't compete again in Formula 2, but it looks like he might have changed his mind or something. Well, we'll see when it gets announced, I guess. But he better not be in Formula 2 next year after all of the rants I was doing earlier on about it in F2 practice.
Are you doing the
Are
you doing the Chronicles tonight, Omi?
Yeah.
For the first time in God knows how long.
Since
I think I only missed Saturday and Sunday actually for Belgium.
Yeah, I was wondering where they were because I missed them.
I'll send you over everything you need then, Omi, after this session, so you can have the correct
Link me that as well, so I could put the British Touring Car stuff on there.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Why have I just been sent the photo? Go on. Go on.
But yeah, qualifying's over, guys. Practice is over. Sorry.
I was going to say, is it Saturday? Lando Norris has topped the session. As we get the safety car out as we go through these
tests. And Albon's third.
Oh, yeah. We've got a race, haven't we? We might actually have a race. Aston Martin,
it's not that much of a difference, though, but we will have a race. Come on!
Well, Jess, I can't blame you due to how many sprint weekends we've had. lately.
But I'm missing the F1 again.
Only 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, only 20 minutes. Yeah, true.
But touring cars loves getting delays, doesn't it?
Oh, I hope not.
Plus,
I hope not.
we might get a red flag.
We might, yes.
Yes, I wouldn't mind that.
But don't worry, Jess. I believe you're going to be with us in Italy.
I will. Of course I will.
Fingers crossed, because otherwise, if there's a touring car on that weekend, Josh T can cover it.
I don't think it's on that weekend. No, I think the next one's Brands Hatch.
Oh, great. In that case, Josh T.
Let me check. I'll check
Oh,
the
wait,
calendar.
no. Hang on, it can't be, because the next one, Omi and Josh T are trackside, and that's a separate weekend.
Oh, no, the next one's Silverstone. It's mid-September.
That interferes with the Japanese Grand Prix, yeah. Yeah.
And that's the weekend I'm away.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Right.
I'm away from the I'm away. I haven't told you this. I'm sorry, but I'm away from the 18th, and I'm back on the 18th of September, and I'm back on the 25th.
Oh, I think you did.
Family holiday.
I think you did say, yeah, I remember now. Leclerc is...
Yeah, so unfortunately, I'll be missing
2 seconds.
that.
And it wasn't his.
Someone else's tear off got stuck on his visor. That's quite funny.
Yeah, but I will be around for Monza. Don't you worry.
Lovely.
Make sure you put me in, because I don't want to miss the Grand Prix.
Oh yeah, you are in the race. It's you, me, and Megan next week.
Oh yay.
Yeah, that's.
Oh good.
Well, you, me, Megan, and Josh T, and then Omi's in the pits.
I was gonna say, Josh T is gonna be here.
Yes. Go on, Omi.
Also, Josh for touring car Silverstone, plans might have changed a bit.
Oh really?
What happened?
Well, Josh, did you see my message? Remember on Instagram?
Oh yes, I did. You're still waiting to see.
It's been like 7 business days, Josh. You said 2 or 3.
Wait. Can you tell us after the stream, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Here's the results if they ever load up for F1. Lando Norris is fastest, from Verstappen second, and then it's Albon third, Hamilton fourth, Tsunoda fifth, Gasly sixth, Perez seventh, Stroll 8th, Bottas 9th, and Alonso ran to the top 10. Leclerc 11th from Sargent, Ocon, Russell, Zhou, Sainz, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, and crashing was Piastri and Ricciardo. They're down in 19th and 20th. Right, continue. Thoughts on the session then, everybody? Omi, what did you make of this second practice session?
I guess some drama, but other than that, yeah, very exciting one by looking at the timing screens. But qualifying, I think, is going to be exciting, and then the race might just be a bit boring. Which this week I'm not allowed to sleep during the race because I'm actually in the main commentary box. But luckily for next week in Monza, I can sleep while you guys commentate.
Yes, we were going to put you in the pit lane for Monza as a well-deserved rest.
Yeah, because you are in everything.
I prefer pit lanes for Grand Prix because I want to sleep during it if it gets boring.
So, yeah. So don't worry, we'll be in the pit lane next week, and it'll be me, Megan, Jess, and Josh T in the comms box for the Italian Grand Prix. Jess, what have you made of practice 2?
I liked practice 2 when there were the short runs, because we never know who was going to be top. Lando Norris up there as well. It's hard to see what the long runs are like, but obviously we'll look into the analysis ready for FP3 tomorrow. But yeah, I could say my predictions for quali, because I don't think I'll be in the box for that.
Yes,
I
go on.
think Verstappen on pole, Norris second, Hamilton third.
That could be an interesting session as well. As we get ready. So, give coverage for tomorrow. We're back on air at 10:15 a.m. That will be for the practice 3. Then it's the F2 sprint at lunchtime, qualifying from 1:15. Race start, of course, 2 p.m. on Sunday, 1 air at 1 o'clock. So, fingers crossed it's all going to be well. My thanks to Jess, my thanks to Omi for your assistance in the box today. We'll see you both tomorrow. It's going to be a fun weekend of action. Thanks for your company. It's Lando Norris, fastest at Zandvoort, not Verstappen. Oh dear, are we in for a race? Rain tomorrow. Should be fun. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.